Oh, Fiona and Nikki, thanks so much for jumping on today to have a chat. And we're just having a chat offline about your amazing progress so far. And we know it's just the beginning of where you can go with this particular business. And I'm really excited to talk about it today and obviously hear about what's really worked for you both in, getting a substantial amount of growth in the last, few months with the business. But before we jump into what you did, I'd love to hear about yourselves and the business and where you were before jumping into the program before we met.
Okay, well, so hi everyone. I'm Nikki. This is my business partner Fiona. We came together and started the business about just over a year ago. Both sort of various professional backgrounds and whatnot, and we've had this idea, and we thought we can make this work with our mingled expertise and ambition. So we spent the first few months kind of doing all sorts, like creating product and worrying about which way the logo looks and all those little bitty things that take up all your time. And then we sort of started dabbling in with the ecom and realizing that it was like it's a minefield. It's really complicated at the beginning if you haven't done it before. The creative work under trying to work out how to use Canva, how to understand the meta algorithms, how to analyze everything, and what's a click rate, and all this kind of stuff. So I think Fiona came across you, and yeah, we kind of joined when about 3 months ago now. I think we joined Ecom.
Mm.
And I guess we needed a plan. So we were very much shooting from the hip. So, watching videos and watching other people and trying to emulate that, but not really having a blueprint for where we were trying to go. So we developed the product, we put some meta ads up. Our results were very hit and miss. They were a little bit all over the place because we really didn't know what we were doing. So when we came across you, Will, it was a breath of fresh air to have a plan. Say, okay, this is what you now need to do. And so we're both jump in feet first kind of people. And so without getting too deep into anything, we just threw ourselves at whatever it is you told us to do. And interestingly, because we joined just before Black Friday, we got thrown into the deep end of Black Friday. And to say it was chaotic is probably a bit of an understatement because we were both running at the speed of knots.
Yeah, but we had floaties on because
We,
Will gave us so we didn't die.
Yes,
yeah, so we went
absolutely.
from having days when we were making no sales at all, or days where we were making really low sales, to days where we were hitting an average run rate of $20,000 a month. Now, we didn't do that every day,
Mm.
but that is what we're now
Mm.
looking. That's our target is to hit that on a consistent basis. As I said, we're not doing it at the moment, but that's our target. But because we've done it now multiple days, we know it's doable.
Yeah.
And we're still pulling those levers. One of the things, the pieces of gold that you gave us was to bundle some of our
Mm.
products, which we did, which sent our average dollar sale, pretty
Oh,
much
yeah,
nearly doubled.
that's great.
And so that was a really easy lever to pull. So now we're looking at how we do bundles with some of our other products. We don't have a big product range, but how do we bundle those up? And so our average sale value has gone up, which is great. Our return on ad spend has gone up. As you're aware, Will, we've got a little spreadsheet that I've color coded. So the days where we hit our targets, that it turns green, and we've had
That's
lots of days
exciting.
now where the spreadsheet's green.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty cool feeling.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, thanks for filling me in there. And it's, as we said offline, it's been amazing to see you both just fully commit. Like you mentioned, you jump feet first in. It's like, if it's, if it is to be, it's up to me with that attitude. And it's great to obviously have you both as the team as well. You can, share the load and work to your strengths and things. But even people who work, alone, they need to have that same attitude. And the ones that succeed throughout our program, you'd see that most of them are actually solo entrepreneurs. And so you guys have just taken it with both hands. And I love the way you put that. You did come at it in at a really chaotic time and hectic time and urgent time. But at that point in time, you had two alternatives, right? You were either going to keep doing things on your own and probably not take part, or at least to the degree, at what you were going to do and be comfortable and blame your inexperience or blame your lack of knowledge, right? Poor me. Or jump in, get yourself a bit uncomfortable, take the action and get amazing confidence and obviously results as well from that, which is what the route that you took to choose, which in and of itself is an amazing mindset and physical attribute that you both got. And so that's what's very
You've shown us
admirable.
how it can be done, and then it did happen. I mean, it's only our first year.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, that kind of worked. Imagine 2 or 3, what, with all the accumulated experience that we're gathering.
Yeah.
And also just listening to some of the other people in the group on our regular chats, it's just really inspiring. There's a lot of ballsy, clever people out there giving it a go.
And there's a huge opportunity cost in not doing this stuff as well. Like, I could watch all the YouTube videos in the world and try and figure it out myself, but that would take a long time. And especially with Black Friday, we didn't have the luxury of a long time. Like we didn't have the luxury to work out how to do Black Friday on our own. And so you were able to fast track that for us and give us here's what you need to do. And we just did it. And hey presto, it worked. But, the cost of trying to figure that out ourselves would have meant that we would have missed Black Friday, we would have missed Christmas.
We would have missed next Black Friday.
That's right.
Trying
we're
to
still
become
bumbling
experts.
around, trying to figure it out by ourselves.
And like you say, as entrepreneurs, we have to have so many hats on, and we're not ecom experts, but I'm starting to feel that we're getting there now.
No, you wouldn't know yourself from yourself like 3 months ago, and imagine, as you say, in 3 years' time. And again, that's, admirable attributes that you could see, I guess, where your blind spots potentially could have been, right, through these opportunities. And we're just talking about, obviously, Black Friday, what do you do for Christmas, and what are you doing January, Boxing Day, etc. Like, people, if they're on their own and don't have, let's call it, a little bit of a shove or push or awareness of these things, they miss opportunities and stay stuck for a long time. And so you've obviously got, life experience through to understand where you need to get help, which is amazing. Before, I'd love to hear your answer to this question. Before jumping in, did you guys have any reservations at all? What was your sort of thought process before jumping into the program?
To you.
I don't know. I think we'd already spoken about it before, and I think we'd gotten to the point where we'd both realized that we could keep bumbling along. And, I've got a background in tech. I've built and sold a tech business before, but not an e-commerce business. So e-commerce was new to me. And we trialed stuff and stuff kind of worked and stuff didn't work. And I think we both had that realization that there is this opportunity cost for us still trying to figure it out by ourselves. So when we spoke to you, I think we were both already committed that if Will's the kind of guy that we like, if he's saying the right things, if he can show us, that there is a pathway, then we're going to take the gamble and we're going to give it a shot, because the downside is we don't, and we're still in this same position.
And we can go back to all those YouTube learnings.
When I watch more
and it's really awesome, and you're extremely personable guy, and there's we had an initial very immediate sense of trust in what you were saying, so that really, we both looked at each other and let's do this. So thank you for that. And and also, having now joined, we can see that extent is extended, like you're holding everyone's hands. And it's knowing that you're there if we need you. So
and all the calls are great. The community, obviously, we learn from things from each other as well as from you and from Kirk. And it's been, and even some of the most valuable lessons are the just do it lesson. Just trust me. Just do it. So Kirk, we were on a call the other day with Kirk, and he was saying, we said, but the Black Friday worked really well, but now it's not Black Friday anymore. He goes, leave it on. You get just give it a go. And you saying just send the emails, just trust in the process. And we probably, between the two of us, we probably wouldn't have done it if we hadn't have had you telling us just do it.
Yeah.
Just try it.
Just
trust
hammer
me.
it, send it out. It's like,
For
really?
sure, for sure. I totally know what you're saying. It's the law of attraction. I've been speaking this about a little bit, just again through my own reflection and self-awareness, and what I kind of deliver to you guys in the program is like 9 times out of 10, we do know what we need to do. There's obviously gaps in knowledge and strategy and stuff, just again through inexperience, lack of exposure. But when you've got all the pieces, it's like, I do know I need to do that or send that email. It's like, and then you start to kind of question why you don't. And a lot of times it's just confidence, right? Honestly, just having that reassurance. And so the two aspects of, I guess, support where we try and provide, obviously in the program, what I've received myself over the years is the direct hand holding and support, as you mentioned, that it's like, just show me, am I doing the right thing? That's valuable. If I need to change, that's also valuable, right? Just not being stuck in that no man's land of second guessing and lacking confidence, right?
Yeah.
Stuck
And
in that
also
start.
analyzing if things haven't gone maybe what we thought they would, you sort of assure us that no, that's okay because this, and this, and you explain why. And it's like, okay, so it's not so bad. And one thing that you've really taught me is like, because you get so down in the nitty gritty, like we haven't got any sales today. So look at the big picture and look over a fortnight, a month, 2 months.
Yeah.
And the business isn't just today, it's a long-term thing. But that's hard when you think you want money in the bank today.
For sure.
Realistically, it's look at the bigger picture. And that's really helped.
Yeah, absolutely love that. I mean, there's a good saying, I've forgotten who said it, but it's like we really overestimate what we can do in a year, but underestimate what we can do in 10. And you can kind of skew those back to say months and years, because time goes fast and slow at the same time. I believe in entrepreneurship. As you said, we want the results kind of yesterday or at least tomorrow. But if it's like, well, it could be 3 months down the line, which in the scheme of things is not a long period of time, but seems like so far away. And so, yeah, managing those expectations is, as you say, important to keep the fire burning. If we don't have that and think that the end's never going to come or that result's never going to come, then we may as well give up today. And so that's what's been amazing about watching you both just chip away at it. As I say, you've been thrown in that deep end in the beginning, but now it's like you get to reap the obviously the fruits of the labor, and you can roll that momentum into 2026, which is going to be amazing. So
and you also got to just get over the fear of failure, and you've got to just throw everything you can at it. And some stuff will work and some stuff won't. But if you don't do it, it will never work.
Exactly.
So you've got to try something. And that's why, going back to your original question, what made you jump into the program? It's like, we've got to try something, because what we're doing is not working to the extent that we want it to.
Yeah.
And so we can either, I've always had the adage that you don't go to a broke financial planner. Go to somebody who's been able to make money. If you want to make money, you go and talk to somebody who's made money before. And that was, I think, the easy step moving into the program, is because you're doing it. You know what you're doing. So it was pretty easy to say, well, if he knows what he's doing, he can help us do exactly the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Two messages there. One is, exactly right. Look up and get help from people who are actually doing what you want to do. And the second thing is the failure aspect. I mean, failure as a word, I try and remove it from my vocabulary, but people obviously know what it means. But it's such a redundant term when it comes to life, I think, but specifically business. There is no failure. Every day that you're in business is a success, honestly.
It's a learning.
It's a learning.
It's a learning.
And it's learning, exactly right.
Failure means I've learned something that I now don't have to do again.
Yeah.
So you put that positive spin on it and you go, well, that's great. I know this doesn't work, so I don't have to worry about doing that ever.
Exactly.
So that's this, right?
Yeah, it absolutely is right. And then, again, with the experience, you just get that conditioning of it. As I say, it's not even considered failure. It's just that learning process, and it's literally par for the course. Like, you talk to anyone who's had the overnight success and the amount of failures that they've clocked up. So it's actually a mandatory requirement that we go through all those failures to get to that success. So that's such an important lesson. Thanks for sharing that perspective.
Yeah, nobody who has ever succeeded has not failed.
Absolutely.
So in fact, I've spent a bit of time in Silicon Valley, and over there they ask you how many times you failed.
That's an interesting question.
It's quite a different attitude over there.
I love that.
As in, you're still here trying.
And they go, well, that's great, because we know that you've learned a lot from that failure.
Yes, that is a very, I like that. I do like that.
Yeah,
That's shining a
tons.
light on it. And also the same, not going too off track, but the same environment being in the US, for example, is how much they celebrate their accomplishments too, which Australia, we don't get that. And so, in terms of what I've tried to, and I say facilitate within the EB program, because you guys run it, the community is the lifeblood of it, is an environment where people can celebrate the wins and they understand everything that's gone into that as well. That was so important for me because you can talk to your partners and your friends and stuff like that, but they just don't understand. They'll be happy for you, but they just don't understand the magnitude of what it actually means. And so having that big, small, or otherwise is a fantastic environment that you guys are contributing to magnificently. That just makes everyone feel good and they know they're going in that right direction. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing all of that, and I know that's going to be valuable for people just hearing your story. And as I said in the beginning, much more for you both to come, and I'm really excited to see it. So, thank you so much for sharing all that.
Thank you,
Absolute
Will.
pleasure.
Thank you
Sure.
for all you've done so far, and we've
Absolutely,
plenty of time left together to
absolutely.
continue the journey with you. So
Can't
thank
wait.
you.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.